You know, at some point in time here, there's always a brand of merchandises that will probably have a chance that use their own bootleg product of video game mascots to license and merchandise their own companies. In other words, some companies in particular can find some sort of ways to slip in their own video game mascots that are taken in from another one and just slap it in there and thinking that, it's their own creation. Some companies want to just straight up steal a mascot from a company or from a popular franchise and put it onto theirs. Some of these merchandise in particular can probably make it to where it's not that obvious, but you can still tell which it is by just looking at the thing itself. Or they make it completely obvious and put these characters into their own bootleg companies. It's no secret that there will be a lot sorts of bootleg products of merchandise when it comes to anything particular that's, either heard of or very popular and so on form. It's usually nothing that much, too crazy about it here. If anything, some of these can have some bit of goofs and laughters about it here. Some, however, can probably lead to legal issues. From what I said before, some of these companies in particular can literally just slap in a character from an already video game or somebody here and completely make it their own, mascot for one another. Of course, bootleg merchandises with plushies and toys are gonna have to be made at some point. This is where I talk about with the PvZ stuff. You may have a chance might come across these bootleg plushies that really look at Plants vs Zombies characters that are not really necessarily, the accurate design of how it usually will come into it. If anything, those merchandises, plushies, bootlegs, if anything, could probably be easily be found. For instance, if you showed up on Amazon, there's probably a good chance you probably might find one that might not look as it seems, and probably even order it too. Then there's something like this, which I have no idea what the frick that is, but it looks so kind of weird and messed up. I have nothing about information about these kinds of toys and stuff like here, but if any of you know anything about these figurines, please let me know. When it comes to other merchandise and stuff like here, you mainly think that, it's mostly just, having their own toys there and their own plushies there. Some companies do that when they want to make their own plushies of certain characters and, something that's very popular with one another. It's usually nothing too big a deal. If anything that you basically do is just ignore them and stuff like that. So, what is the point I'm trying to get here, you may ask? The point is that recently I found that there has been another sort of company that's stealing a PvZ character for their own brand. And would you believe it or not, the brand itself is a medicine brand or something like that. So this brand in particular could be hard to find because it's in a different language that I could not understand, but with a bit of a translation to stuff like that here, it can probably make out work. So I'm gonna do my best to try to translate this entire thing of what this thing is. So this item in particular is a dairy statement LLC Euphrates from your location of vitamin D3. I probably said that thing horribly. So from what it looks, this looks like some sort of vitamin and lexion of vitamin D in the capsule. This review here on the site here reads Sun Vitamin, Lexium, and Vitamin D3 in one capsule. Hello everyone. Probably everyone knows how important vitamin D3 is for health, but does anyone know how important lexion is? Not only body, but it can be adult or child. It also really needs it. And how great it is, there are products combine two of these important elements into one capsule, which means it's a dairy supplement, LLCC parameter, oh yeah, you get the point, R-lexion, and vitamin D3. Price, 403 rupees in one jar. I have a math course, minus 3 jars, which turns out to be profitable, 1,180 rupees. The number of capsules, 60 pieces in one package. Doses per one capsule, 350 mg D3 minus 5 mcg. Manufacturer, where to buy, primaries and manufacturer official website. Shelf life 2 years. And here's the picture itself of where these pills came from. So what does this have to do with PvZ branding, you may ask though? So for what it seems here, another thing to note is that this brand of vitamins in particular is something that's from Russia, made for adults and kids to get their own vitamin D and their lithium on there, which is vitamin D3. You might be asking after all this though, what did this have to do with PvZ? What does this brand of lithium and vitamin D3 has to do with, PvZ of one another? Well, you see, this thing in particular is a theme of a sunflower theme, which hits the name of sun vitamin. But Doodle, anyone can use a sun in a brand, and it could probably work out well here. So what is the issue? What's the copy in here? The design in particular, though, of what's wrong with it, it's how it looks. Now, you might look at this one in particular, and you think that, oh, well, there's nothing wrong with this one. It looks like a normal, ordinary, bottle. It looks like, it doesn't look anything too suspicious or anything too copying. What's the problem here? The problem here is the old design, which I believe it had a change a while back, and it's been changed back to this picture you see right now, or it might still have this design and not a lot doesn't know about it. And this design in particular is stolen from another PvZ character that's been slapped into this jar and been edited to make it look not as much of a difference, though those that have seen this game can know the difference. What character is that, you may ask? Well, the character in particular is Solar Flare, and it's been bootlegged into this product at Sloan. And here it is! Oh my god. You've always wanted to know what Solar Flare will look like shirtless? Well, there you go. You might be asking, well, it could be just a little Photoshop, just a little get a joke from us, right?
Wrong!
This is the actual design itself. It is not some Photoshop or anything like that. This is the character you're seeing here from what it looks like. The supposed Solar Flare here is shown in this jar vitamin D election from Russia. It's literally right there in front of your face, and now you know what I'm trying to get here. Now, I probably know you have lots of questions. Firstly, how is this real? Where did it first came from to begin with? Firstly, where did this Russia sunflower brand of vitamin D election came from to begin with? So I took it upon some research to find the particular brand of this itself, and from what I found, this brand comes from this company named Uvix Impregnation. So possibly found a direct match of possibly where this sulfur knockoff design came from. And if you look at other brands itself here, it mostly shows that this brand of company alone has a faith of showing flower themed products, and depending on what kind of product they're selling here. But why Solar Flare out of all characters? My only seeming thought of why this one was used in particular is mainly due to the fact that they wanted to find at least some sort of something similar that they want to use their idea of and just put it there for the sake of purchasing their brand. But even then, why in this vitamin D3 product? Why change it to where it makes it obvious? Why? Well, Russia in particular is no secret when it comes to bootlegging other kinds of products and stuff like that. Not just from what you see right now. These bootleg products, that the ones you see right now in images, mostly comes from Russia. And it says a lot, doesn't it? It really says a lot of whatever Russian can do to try to get their hands on anything that's famous and popular and slap it on their, bootleg products and stuff. But what did this have to do with this company, I may ask here? What else do we know about it? Wait, there's a video of it? Oh god, there's a video of it. And there's audio.
Наш лецитин с витамином D3 – это не только фосфолипиды из подсолнечника, но и витамин D3, который жизненно необходим организму. Лецитин усиливает биодоступность витамина D3, а витамин D3 улучшает усвоение фосфора, который содержится в лецитине. Наш лецитин с витамином D3. Теперь и на Валберис.
So, from what I've seen and hearing, this one brand, and from the looks of it, this one in particular, and from the looks of it, it does a nice little job of, merchandising this, entire vitamin D lecture thing to the PvZ, character and all here. I believe that this design was not used ever, though, because from the looks of these images, and from look at these images from people's reviews, outside of some of them, most of them are just this same one with just a regular sunflower one, which makes it better, but it doesn't when some of them have the solar flare knockoff one. But other than that, though, it really shows that there are still a good amount of jars that has the bootleg solar flare design, which the design alone is literally just solar flare without the shirt. I'm guessing the only way why that shirt was removed is to avoid copyright issues, but that doesn't stop from people from finding out about this and, eventually making a video about this, including myself. The thing is, though, from what I found out, this latest screenshot and the translation, it reads that this date was since December 6, 2024. From the looks of it here from the research, UVix Impregation has been company founded since 2003, specialized word finished technologies for individual applications. So in other words, this company has existed and founded since 2003, which doesn't really have a shocking, red flag, since PvZ Heroes, the game Soul Flare came from, existed since 2016. Although that doesn't excuse the fact that possibly lately this company is, recently using Solar Flare for this vitamin D brand and has been getting away with it without anyone noticing. But with all that I was saying here, that's what I mostly have to say when it comes to Russia stealing Solar Flare for their brand. And who knows, maybe it'll probably change permanently and now be stuck with the regular sunflower. But yeah, that's overall what I have to say when it comes to Russia doing this. And if you want me to make more videos when it comes to PvZ being stolen for bootleg companies, let me know. I'll gladly do notify if I've been told that, hey, I should do more. 'Cause I appreciate you guys a lot. And Russia, good job. You're the first one to use Soul Flare as their marching brand, as their merch brand, if you want to call it that. Good job. But on a serious note, I hope that good changes and it doesn't happen and so often, more often, but nonetheless though, it's still probably there for probably some goofs and laughs, which most bootleg products are for. So what did you guys think about this entire video? Did you enjoy it? I hope you did. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe as well, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!